Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Time Travel with Reginald Fillburn. I'm your host, Reginald Fillburn. Today, we'll be looking at the rise of the Italian dictator by the name of Benito Mussolini. Mamma mia! By placing exactly 1915 grams of spaghetti into the time machine's receptacle, we will be transported to Italy in 1915, when Mussolini's journey to dictatorship begins. Whilst there, we shall be inclined to discuss the following questions. What reason and circumstances allowed Mussolini to gain total control over the Italian government? Let's find out. Oh, dearie me! Italy, 1915. Whee! Aha! And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Benito Mussolini himself. While we all know him as the evil fascist dictator, he was, at this point, a socialist.
Oh boy, I surely do dislike it as a capitalist world, and so do all of my friends in the Italian Socialist Party. I'm gonna write about the socialism in the party newspaper.
And right he did. That was until he changed his mind.
Actually, I think this world is great. Yes, it will bring a revolution to the people. And if those silly fools at the Italian Socialist Party don't like it, then I'll just start my own newspaper then. Mamma mia.
And so he did. And he would eventually serve in the war as well. But it's where he ends up afterwards that interests us. Woohoo! Woohoo! Wah! Here we have Benito Mussolini, who, still sore from being kicked out of the Italian Socialist Party, has turned away from socialism to nationalism. He is now creating the early foundations of fascism through the armed Fascio di Combattimento.
Ah, my friends, our movement will change Italy forever. We will crush organized labor, control capitalism, bring forth the monarchy and the church.
The party's early enemy-making was not very useful, and there were no seats in parliament. This prompted a rethinking of Mussolini's strategy to better fit the political landscape.
Our government's economic failures have brought the plague of socialism to Italy. We must serve as the defenders against the red threat and the new party, which I shall call the Partito Nazionale Fascista.
Through his new strategy, the PNF was able to acquire 35 seats in the legislature, but this was only out of 535 seats. So how could this small party come to dominate Italy? Come with me, and we'll see the state of Italy that allowed Mussolini to rise to power. As you can see, following the war, Italy was not in a great place economically.
Oh, I served in the war, but now all the arms factories are closed down and so many soldiers are coming home. I can't find a job.
I'm also a veteran, and I think Italy received a mutilated peace. We helped the Allies win, and we deserved more land.
Yeah. Ah, come, my friends. The PNF and I will restore the economic and military might of Italy and restore her territorial claims. Don't fall for the lies of socialism. Ours is the true way to glory.
That's a
That's
good
a good
idea!
Ho, ho, ho.
As you can see, many veterans suffered economically and embraced terra interdenta, or Italian irredentism, feeling cheated by what they saw as a mutilated victory. Yet why did the failures of the economy after the war not turn them towards socialism? In short, many non-industrial workers didn't want their status lowered, and also saw socialist revolution as being much more dangerous compared to the fascist rise. Speaking of danger, let's go follow that group of dastardly men. Woo-hoo-hoo. This does not look good. Down with capitalist oppression. We must restore the rights of the workers.
Look at these rascals tearing Italy apart. Take care of them, my squadristi. My name's Andy the Artisan. Thanks for taking care of those nasty socialists. If they had their way, I'd be on the same level as a lowly factory worker.
I'm Larry the landowner, and I hated those guys. They would have overran my land and redistributed it. Here, fellas, have some money for your selfless action. Money.
And I, Clark the clergyman, am glad to see them gone. They're godless heretics compared to good old Catholic Mussolini.
As you can see, violence from Mussolini's black shirts against socialists was a common occurrence during the period known as the Two Red Years, and served as a way to gain popularity from the sectors of society that feared the popularization of socialism. These acts were often ignored by the authorities as well. Yet why was the Italian economy ailing and thus seeing a growth in socialist fervor and action on behalf of labor? Part of the answer lies in the failure of the current Italian government. Let's check it out. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Italian Parliament. At the time, this assembly was the legislature of the country's parliamentary monarchy under King Victor Emmanuel III.
I'm the king.
Though the parliament had significant power, the king was still able to appoint the prime minister. Keep that in mind, aha! Anyways, the parliament was a very incapable body, split into so many different political leanings that it was hard to get anything done at all. Furthermore, they were constantly interrupted by changing prime ministers, with terms hardly lasting over a year.
How about prime minister noise? Prime minister noise.
As a result of this all-around disorganization, it was very difficult for Parliament to accomplish anything to benefit the country, whose economy was ailing as a result of the war. This forced many legislators to rely on Mussolini and his fascists in order to accomplish anything, which only served to bolster his growing power. I don't think they'll like where this is going. Whoop-woo! With their growing popularity and power within Parliament, the fascists were ready to make a move to further secure their growing power. Initially opposed to the plan and restlessness of the black shirts, Mussolini eventually agreed to a march on Rome, which really began with fascist black shirts seizing government buildings in northern Italy.
Woohoo! I love government buildings! Whee!
However, the army was quickly dispatched to stop these black shirts before they reached Rome. What's all this then? Hey, what's all this then? Hey, what's all this then? However, the real results of this would be as a result of the king's own actions. Whoop! It's a me, Luigi Facta. My king, you must arrest Mussolini for these actions. He endangers our democracy.
Perhaps he can be reasoned with. Maybe he will accept some fascists in the cabinet position. No, that's not good enough. I guess I have no other choice. Sorry, Luigi, but he is a much safer option than you are. I must make him prime minister. Perhaps he can unify our splintered parliament.
You are a great fool, my king. Luigi gonna leave now.
Benito Mussolini, I hereby declare you Prime Minister of Italy. Oh, would you look at that? I'm the Prime Minister. I will go bring the fellas on a fancy march through Rome. Mwahaha.
Excuse me, Mr. Mussolini? Oh dear, it appears he's fallen asleep, dreaming of glory and total power. Unfortunately for him, he's not quite there yet. Well, I must make haste and finish the show on time, so I shall break the rules of time travel just this once.
The Mamma Mia! What in my mother's secret sauce recipe was that?
Prime Minister, are you okay? I heard a loud noise and I fear for your life.
Yes, I'm fine. Something startled me, that's all. You may return to your post.
Yes, Prime Minister.
Well, now that I'm awake, I may as well get to work.
And get to work he did. First on the to-do list, gather enough support to alter the constitution and give him more power. Though he was Prime Minister, his powers were very limited, and he stood atop a small coalition of parties that could collapse at any moment.
Oh, a parliament before me. Look at the state of our country. Our economy is going down the drain faster than you can say a strawberry. Can I please have emergency powers to help our poor nation?
No.
Please.
No.
Oh, pretty, please. Oh, please, I beg of you.
Okay, fine. What's the worst he could do? You get 1 more year to help fix the country. 1 year and not a second more.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Mwah. You will not regret it.
Spoiler, he will. With emergency powers at his side, Mussolini was well equipped to augment his power. If he acted quickly, he would be able to gain majority control with the fascist party and would be set for authoritarianism. What will he do to succeed? Let us watch.
Ah, mamma mia, the election is in 2 years. Time to get down to business. But what to do first? Aha! I need an army, and a council, a grand council, a fascist grand council, a grand council specifically for the fascists. If I form this, I will have more control over my party, and they will help me persuade the parliament that a national guard, we will call it, is necessary.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ah, well, that worked quite well. You there.
Hello.
You, repeat after me. I swear my loyalty to the fascist party and its glorious leader, Mussolini, and not that stinky king.
I swear my loyalty to the fascist party and its glorious leader, Mussolini, and not that stinky king.
Excellent, excellent. Next.
Good God, does he do this for all 30,000 of them? Let us skip ahead a bit, shall we?
To win an election, I will need the support of the people. Let me see what troubles them.
Oh, and no, my finances. I have so many taxes. How am I to manage a business and feed my family when our money goes straight to the government? If only I could commit tax fraud or something.
Ah, my good friend, I understand. If you join my wonderful fascist party, I will let a couple of taxes slide just for you, wink wink.
Oh, thank you. What a great leader. I will tell all my associates to support you.
Oh my! Sir, can you please do something about these unruly children? They're spelling every other word and using our good Lord's name in vain. Oh.
Hey, old lady.
Oh, how terrible. I will outlaw public swearing and make a religious education mandatory to educate these hooligans. Oh, thank you. Mwah.
Jim, did you hear that?
Yes, indeed. Perhaps if we support this man's party instead of the Popularity Party, our interests will be better served by the government.
Yes, quite. As we just witnessed, Mussolini was able to gain a great deal of support from the Italian populace by promising economic changes and support for conservative religious values. This support would certainly help his party gain the necessary votes to have a majority in the parliament and move one step closer to establishing fascism. However, this alone would not be enough to ensure victory.
Oh no, the election is approaching fast and I'm not sure if my party will secure a majority vote in the parliament. Oh, what to do?
Mussolini! Mussolini!
Ah, Gio Acerbo, my trusted colleague, what is it?
Mussolini, I had a fantastic idea, sir. If we create a law by which the party who gets the most votes automatically receives a 2/3 majority of the parliament, we will be much more likely to gain this majority.
Acerbo, my friend, you are a genius. I will name it the Acerbo Law in your honor. But how can we ensure this law passes?
Excellent question, sir. If we introduce it under the guise of helping the government become more unified and effective, many others would support it. And if they need a little convincing... Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, me! That's where I come in. I can be super scary. They will be super scared to vote against it.
Ah, mamma mia. Regardless, this should work quite well. With this law and a little extra insurance, we will soon have control over the whole government. Mwahahaha.
Mwahahaha. Mwahahaha. I'll get going now. The passing of the Acerbo Law put high stakes on the election, as one party was ensured majority control. To make certain their victory, Mussolini had more tactics to employ. Boop, boop, boop.
Ah, my friend Dumini, what a good timing you have. I need you to be in charge of a very special assignment. You will be the leader of a task force of sorts. You know, just a few guys to help out with the election a bit, if you know what I mean.
Hehehehe. No worries, Benito. I'll make sure everything goes smoothly.
Excellent.
The group headed by Amerigo Dumini came to be known as the Cheka, a secret gang employed by Mussolini to intimidate anti-fascists and swing the election in his favor. And so, as the election occurred, the fascist party was able to amass 67% of the vote. Under the Acerbo Law, this allowed them to gain 2/3 majority of the parliament seats, increasing their size from 35 to an astounding 374. However, this transition into power encountered a significant issue, which we will see soon. Mr. Mussolini! Mr. Mussolini! Oh no! I have terrible news!
Oh, mamma mia, you again. What is it?
Mr. Mussolini, sir! Matteotti is dead!
Matteotti, that annoying little socialist that had evidence of our meddling in the election. That's good, no?
But sir, he was murdered by the Seka and the public, the parliament. They know!
Oh, no. This is a crisis.
The Matteotti crisis, to be precise.
Oh, what to do? First I must suspend the parliament, so they cannot discuss this further. And I will arrest Dumini. Yes, if I arrest the man in charge of the Seka, nobody will suspect me.
And so, with Parliament suspended and Dumini under arrest, the crisis was lessened. However, many still suspected Mussolini's involvement, leading to a widespread boycott of Parliament known as the Aventine Secession, as an attempt to force the king to remove Mussolini. Oh, Mussolini, you've been a bad boy. And now with us boycotting the Parliament, the king will have no choice but to remove you.
Oh, actually, you don't really have any proof, do you?
Well, not officially.
Anyways, many people, including myself, still support him for his industrial and religious policies. I see no reason to remove him. Now get back to work.
With enough effort, Mussolini was able to avoid being removed by this crisis, and so he was able to slowly convert Italy into a full dictatorship under his command. Press was censored, local officials were replaced with fascists, and a failed assassination attempt was used as a reason to ban opposition parties, creating a single-party state. The election of 1928, with even more fascist supervision, resulted in a landslide victory, solidifying his control. And thus our story is concluded. Thank you for joining me, Reginald Fillburn, as we explore the factors that allowed for Mussolini's rise to power. I will now turn the show over to my esteemed colleagues, Sir Brian Edward Moffat and Sir James Flanagan, if you have any further questions on what we saw. So long!